The battlefield on Viral 9 was supposed to be a massacre. From orbit, the planet shimmered with electric storms and crimson dust, a harsh environment even for battle-hardened species. The Korgothi Dominion had arrived in full strength, 12 warships, 3 Titan-class dropships, and over 50,000 troops. Their target? A small human outpost established barely 3 cycles ago. Intelligence reports were clear. Only a few hundred humans, minimal defenses, no planetary fleet. It would be quick, clean, brutal. General Kostor, a 7-foot reptilian juggernaut, paced the command deck of the Dominator's claw. His talons scraped the metal floor, eager for the battle to begin. "Launch the strike teams," he hissed. "The humans will run the moment they see us descend." No one questioned it. After all, that's what most species did. The Korgothi were known across the galaxy for overwhelming force and merciless slaughter. Resistance was rare. Survival? Even rarer. Within minutes, drop pods rained from the sky like falling stars. But the humans did not run. Down on the surface, Captain Maravas watched the sky burn red as the enemy approached. Dust whipped around her boots, stinging her face. She stood tall on the makeshift barricades with less than 200 soldiers behind her, all staring into the horizon where death was fast approaching. "Orders, Captain?" her sergeant asked, clutching a battered pulse rifle. Mara exhaled slowly. "Hold the line, ma'am. That's over 50,000 of them." "I know." No panic, no retreat, just a calm readiness in her voice. These weren't elite soldiers. Most of her unit were engineers, scientists, and miners turned fighters. Their fortifications were made from repurposed mining equipment and old cargo containers. But what they lacked in numbers and tech, they made up for in something far more terrifying. Determination. The first wave hit hard. Korgothi shock troops stormed the ridgeline with plasma axes and heavy blasters, roaring their war cries. But as they crested the hill, they met disciplined human fire, precise, controlled, and unrelenting. Bullets and beams tore through scaled armor. Explosives hidden in the dirt vaporized entire squads. Still, the Korgothi pressed forward. A group reached the human line, only to be met by hand-to-hand fighters wielding jury-rigged weapons and fury in their eyes. One human, missing an arm, used the sharp end of a shovel to gut a warrior twice his size. The Korgothi expected fear. What they got was rage. General Kostor watched the reports come in with growing confusion. "Losses?" he growled. The comms officer's voice trembled. "Over 2,000 and counting." "That's impossible. They should be fleeing." But they weren't. Instead, human snipers picked off officers with unerring accuracy. Mobile traps kept Korgothi tanks immobilized in deadly kill zones. And when firepower failed, the humans simply charged, with knives, bare fists, or anything sharp enough to cut. Wounded humans refused evacuation. Dying ones kept pulling triggers until their last breath. One scout drone even captured footage of a human setting off an explosive under himself to take out an entire platoon. Kostor stared at the footage. "They're insane." "No, sir," the tactical AI replied. "They're human." As night fell, the Korgothi tried to regroup. They'd never faced resistance like this before. But the humans didn't give them time. Mara led a night raid with 30 volunteers. Armed with nothing more than stolen gear, shadows, and fury, they slipped behind enemy lines and sabotaged the Korgothi supply hubs. Fuel reserves exploded in towering fireballs. Ammo dumps became instant infernos. When the Korgothi finally realized what was happening, the humans were already gone, leaving fire and chaos in their wake. Mara didn't stop. She didn't sleep. None of them did. Every hour, another attack, another surprise, another reminder. Humans didn't run. By dawn of the third day, over 18,000 Korgothi soldiers were dead or wounded. The Dominion's morale crumbled. Kostor, once so sure of victory, now barked desperate commands. "Send the elites. Burn the entire colony. I want them erased." But it was too late. The humans had dug in too deep, struck too hard, and refused to die. Reinforcements from Earth had already entered the system. The Korgothi fleet, bloodied and shaken, faced annihilation if they stayed. In a final act of bitterness, Kostor ordered a full retreat. When the dust settled, the battlefield of Viral 9 was littered with broken machines, scorched bodies, and silent guns. Captain Mara stood atop the ridge once more, watching the black trails of retreating dropships vanish into the sky. Her armor was cracked. Blood seeped from a gash on her temple. But her voice was strong. "They thought we'd run," she muttered. "They were wrong." The remaining soldiers around her cheered, not in triumph, but in grim pride. For they had not just survived. They had taught the galaxy a lesson. The humans don't run. They stand. They fight. And if you push them far enough, they win.